Hey everyone, I'm back. I got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is, as you can see, I'm a little late to get this video out. It's been a minute since I put out a video. A little bit late on this one. But good news is quite a bit has happened, and thus I got quite a bit to talk about. Gonna cover it all in that next segment, so don't worry, I'll get everything up to date. I got some things to say. This is all just in good fun. Don't worry, it's not that serious. It's all in good fun. Don't want you guys worrying too much. If you're confused at all by what's going on in this video, watch my previous video. I kind of explained everything in that previous video. And is there any new context I should give? I'll say this. If at all during my next segment while I'm giving a speech I say some random names, I kind of did this in the previous one too. If I say any random names and you're like, who's that? I don't know who that is. Rule of thumb, it's probably another wrestler from Texas All-Star. It's probably just another person you're not familiar with, but I know of, so I'm using their name. Yeah, if you're if I ever use just a random name, it's probably another wrestler, and they're not super tied in with everything, but they are another wrestler in the company that I can use as an example for what I'm talking about. For this next speech, any new context? Ember Lynn is the boss's daughter, although I think I might say that in my speech, but just in case, yeah, Ember Lynn is the boss's daughter. If you guys watched the previous video, you know why that's kind of tied into everything. Nate Bradley, aka Mr. 5K. Gonna talk about him a little bit in this speech. You'll see what's going on, but he's the Texas All-Star Heavyweight Champion. I think that covers all the context you need. I think I covered everything with that. Like I said, if you're ever confused, it's probably just another wrestler. And watch the previous video if you need further context. Yeah. I'm still having fun with this. Just gonna keep going with this a little bit. I don't know if I'll do another one after this one. This might be the last one of these. But, you know, I originally just planned on doing one, but then quite a few things happened, and I was like, I have got to address this. Alright, hold on. Gotta address this. So, I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna keep going. And, some people watched my previous video. I thought my previous video was gonna flop hard. I thought barely anybody was gonna watch that because of how specific the situation was. But it ended up actually doing alright for my channel. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep it going then. Keep it going. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. And yeah, let's get to that next segment. Thanks for watching. Well, would you look at that? I'll just take a knee for this one. Won't go all the way down. But yeah, quite a bit has happened. We got quite some things to talk about. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are still skeptical of me, critical of me. They probably think I'm saying a lot of things, but is there any truth to the things I'm saying? To all those people, I'm just gonna list out some facts here and just show you why. As I've said previously, I am the truth. And I'm giving all of you the truth. You guys have been fed so many lies, and allow me to give you the truth. Previously, I've said that Cameron Rockwell has been handed opportunities that he did not earn. He became champion. It was not earned. He's not a true champion. He is disrespectful, uncareful, uncaring, very selfish. You don't like me saying all those things? Well, how about we list some facts? I say he's unsafe, uncaring. And what exactly happened in his match with ENX for the championship? He went and injured a ref. Went and attacked a ref. I'm sure plenty of people are going to come out here and say, well, that was just an accident. He didn't mean to do it. And yeah, that's the whole point I'm trying to make here. I know it was an accident, but that's the whole point. Cameron Rockwell doesn't know what he's doing. He throws stuff out there, he throws it, and he doesn't realize where he's aiming, who he's gonna hit. He doesn't pay attention to that stuff. And now some innocent ref gets hurt because Cameron is just too reckless and too careless to pay attention as to not injure innocent people during his matches. Now, see, I know Cameron Rockwell, and I know that he only cares about himself. He doesn't care how many people he accidentally injures along the way. He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants to be the face of Texas All-Star Wrestling. Don't believe me? Well, how about we talk about what's happened since the last time I made a speech like this. Surprise, surprise, Cameron Rockwell worked alongside Nate Bradley, Mr. 5K himself, the Texas All-Star Heavyweight Champion. Why do you think that happened? Do you truly believe that Nate Bradley and Cameron Rockwell are buddies and they just wanted to team up that night? Do you think that's what happened? Do you think they're just best buds and teamed up? No. Of course, that's not what happened. What happened? Same thing I've been saying that's happened. That's been happening the whole time. The big boss told the two of them to work together. Made Nate Bradley team up with Cameron Rockwell. Why? Because Cameron Rockwell is best buds with the boss's daughter. Cameron Rockwell was first handed a championship opportunity he didn't earn, and now, after winning said title he never earned a rightful shot at in the first place, he's now teaming up with a real champion, a crowd favorite, fan favorite, who's earned everything, And he's standing next to him because, once again, the company is trying to sell you lies, trying to manipulate you, and get you to think, well, Nate Bradley worked hard for everything he did. He earned all this stuff. And Cameron Rockwell's right there next to him. Must mean that Cameron Rockwell worked hard and is our darling too, just as Nate Bradley is. Cameron Rockwell is not our darling. Cameron Rockwell is not our champion. Cameron Rockwell is just a selfish scumbag that politicked his ways into things he never earned. Nate Bradley is a real champion. Nate Bradley worked hard for everything he's got. He's the lightest heavyweight out there, and yet he is still the champion. He works hard, he is the workhorse, he did it all, and he earned every bit. Everyone cheers for him. And I see what the company does. I see everything behind closed doors. The company wants him to share that spotlight with Cameron Rockwell. Because deep down, the company doesn't really like Nate Bradley, but they do like Cameron Rockwell. And it's clear the company is just so backwards in their thinking. The boss looks at Cameron Rockwell and thinks, oh, you're best buds with my daughter. You're like the son I never had, and thus you must be a great person. We must give you everything and push you to the moon. Of course, he's not paying attention. He's looking through rose-tinted glasses, not realizing all the problems with Cameron Rockwell. How selfish he is, how careless he is, how many refs is he hurting, how many opportunities is he taking away from harder working, better talented people. Boss isn't looking at that. Just sees the son he never had, and thus gives him all these opportunities without him working for it. You see, Cameron Rockwell is not the hard-working underdog that Nate Bradley is. Cameron Rockwell is just a scumbag. But Nate Bradley is a true champion. He truly earned everything, and I am sick. It makes me sick that Texas All-Star wants to force Nate Bradley to share that spotlight with Cameron Rockwell. No. No. Nate Bradley earned that spotlight. That is his spotlight, and he earned it. Don't force him to share it, especially with some untalented, careless scumbag like Cameron Rockwell. No. No. Nate Bradley deserves better, the company deserves better, the audience deserves better, we all deserve better. It's a shame that the company is refusing to give us all better. And there's a few other things that have happened that I think should be mentioned here. Cameron Rockwell has now defended his championship twice. Both times against some people I've never heard of. Some nobodies. Where's Ian X? You know, the former champion? The person that Cameron Rockwell unfairly had a chance against and then beat. Why hasn't Ian X gotten his rematch? Why is that? It's unjust what's going on at the company. It's all unjust. You think I don't know what's going on? It's clear. They're protecting Cameron Rockwell from Ian X because they know if they give Ian X at 100% versus Cameron Rockwell, give that another go, Ian X will defeat Cameron Rockwell and will restore honor to that lightweight championship. They know it. And thus they gotta protect Cameron Rockwell. They gotta protect him, have him defeat these nobodies time and time again. It's just a bunch of manipulation, a bunch of tricks and smoke and mirrors to try and get us to actually like Cameron Rockwell, but it's not working. We see through it all. We see through the illusion. We know he's beating nobodies. Have him beat ENX again. Have him go against ENX again. If he can actually pull something off there, maybe he's worth something, but he's too afraid. He's too afraid to take on ENX at 100%. Because he knows. He knows. Cameron Rockwell beats up refs. He fights ENX when he's not at 100%, and he gets lucky with what he gets. If Cameron Rockwell was to step into the ring, one-on-one with ENX at 100%, Cameron Rockwell would lose. And he knows that. He knows that. The company knows that. We all know it. And thus, I asked the company to just grow some balls and let it happen. Instead of pushing everything around, trying to save your precious boy, teach him to be a man. Throw him in the ring with ENX and teach him what it's like to be a real champion. ENX whoops his ass, beats him, and earns that championship back. Well, that's a real shame. Because guess what? That's life. That's what everybody else has to go through. We all get beat down, and we have to build ourselves back up to become champions. Cameron Rockwell never had to do that. He never had to get knocked down to become a champion. He just got it handed to him. How about we teach him a lesson? How about we let ENX knock him down and teach him a damn lesson for once? ENX has been out for a while because the company is pushing him away, trying to block him from taking down Rockwell. And now he's finally booked to face some Buddhist guy I haven't heard of, but I think Buddhism is kind of cool, so I'm sure ENX and Buddhist guy will put on a great show, tear the house down, show them what real wrestling is. But of course, this all looks suspicious. You never gave ENX his rematch. Even though you basically said, this is not over, Cameron, I'm coming for you, and yet you still never let him get that rematch. It's clear that this is all the company's doing. This is not the people doing. This is not the wrestlers doing. It's the company. The company is blocking ENX. The company is making ENX face other people before facing Rockwell. And maybe they'll never even let him face Rockwell again. He definitely wants to. I know he does. And the company is protecting Rockwell. Meanwhile, Rockwell's facing nobodies, beating nobodies, and doesn't actually have to face anyone of note for that championship. We deserve better. Everybody deserves better. And if you still don't believe me that this is all the company's working and all that, ENX is booked for that match against that Buddhist guy. At that event, there's another match that's booked. You know what that match is? It's Emberlyn's match. The boss's daughter. She's finally gonna come out of her little break and have a match. Well, I told you before, I'll tell you again. I'm the puppet master. I'm the one who's pulling all the strings. And let me tell you how this is all gonna play out. Emberlyn is going to win that match. And then they're gonna give her the Rockwell treatment. Have her face a bunch of nobodies. She's gonna defeat all those nobodies. And then she's gonna be handed a championship match without earning it. she'll become champion. And the company's going to protect Rockwell through all of that so that the two of them can be champion buddies side by side. That's how it's going to go down. And you know what's going to happen when all that happens? The crowd is going to boo both of them out the building. I feel bad. I don't even have a problem with Ember. I've seen her work. I think she actually is talented. But the company is just mishandling everything, giving Cameron Rockwell way too much. They just don't know how to do it. They just don't know how to do correct business, and instead they just want to give their little daughters, little sons, what they want. You gotta earn everything. You can't just hand it to them. The company will flounder. Everyone will boo. Everyone will turn against the company because they'll see through all this BS. When the company is in danger of losing all their fans, losing all their money from all the people at the events, nobody's showing up to the events, Max is gonna give me a little call. Hi, Max. Oh, what's that? Texas All-Star wants me back. They know that I have kind of a following with Rising Sun, and I could bring a lot of people to these events. I could actually bring an audience and get Texas All-Star money back. Well, sure, I'll do it. Under one condition. I get Cameron Rockwell. Doesn't have to be a championship match, doesn't have to be anything special, but I get him one-on-one, and I'm gonna whoop his ass all over the place, teach him a lesson, teach the company a lesson, show everyone what a real champion looks like. Because I am the one, the only, Nick Traversoni.